o'clock drop. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Hello. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the dress all about.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner.
Geno Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
We want sap. We want sap. We want sap.
Oh, yeah. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the 10 o'clock Macaroni. And boy, oh boy, did I have some expectations going into this one. I boldly labeled this one the free agency special. I thought we'd have something to chew on, Dom. But not so much. How you feeling, tonight, and how you feeling about today, my friend?
Oh man, I'm feeling great tonight. We had a great Ryan and I had a great show. We had a draft analyst from the Philadelphia Inquirer on, Devin Jackson. He's awesome, just a wealth of knowledge. So we had a good show. And it kind of took an hour away from me refreshing Twitter with my thumbs every 2 seconds and and listening to the pain and horror that is One Jets Twitter right now, man.
One Jets Twitter.
Yes.
I like how you put that.
Yes.
It's our new show.
That's
One
it.
Jets Twitter.
One Jets Twitter.
Holy shit.
It's all good.
It's been an interesting day. E-Boogie checking in, man. Says pick, draft, trade. Let's go 20-0. E-Boogie, the perpetual optimist. I love you. Isn't he the best?
The single best fan in all of YouTube world. I'll never forget. We were doing the film study on somebody the other day, and he wrote no. Who was it? It was a quarterback.
I was just gonna say we always know when E-Boogie arrives in the Beanbagger Wednesday nights. He's the only one who figured it out. I don't know, man. It's like all of a sudden there's like words written on the screen, like in the Microsoft Paint or something like that. It's like everybody's talking, and it's like no, and it's like, oh yeah, E-Boogie, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
it's always good to have you here, my friend. Dakota coming in first. It's gonna be good now that Dakota, made sure that at least some things remained consistent. Well, the other things that remain consistent are
Joe Douglas not picking early on day one of free agency.
Well, I'll tell you what. People say he's never this, he's never that. It's not necessarily true, right? 2 years ago, or I guess 2 years ago, yeah. The first hour and a half of free agency, we got the big fish.
Once. That's it.
But it happened. Lakin Tomlinson. And then he turned around and got Berrios locked up. Most Jets fans wanted Berrios back. We didn't want to lose him.
And about 6:30 p.m. he got CJ Uzoma, which was a big one.
Yeah. He was big. And very, very successful free agents period for Joe Douglas. Lakin Tomlinson, CJ Uzoma, Braxton Berrios. Well done. Shit, man.
Let's think about this realistically before we veer back off to what we're here to do, and that's mock draft. Okay,
which is mock this bitch, right?
For the most part, again, I'm not standing here for Joe Douglas, but for the most part, a lot of the names that had been bantered about: Tyron Smith, Calvin Ridley,
right,
Tyler Boyd, right? Almost all the safeties, minus Xavier McKinney, who was never really in the ballpark. There's interior linemen, Eric Armstead. They're still there, man. They're still there.
They are still there, which means that Joe Douglas is working diligently on those very players. Now, Illuminor's gone. And he got what, a $7 million a year, right in the pocket that I was talking about.
Yeah, to be the swing tackle, that's fair. That's great. That's a great signing.
And it's a great signing, Dom. And the thing is, like, everybody's, look, you have the people that are freaking out. Joe Douglas is asleep with his fucking asshole, like Jay-Z's saying right here so eloquently, right? and then you have the other side, like, dude, we got $20 million. What's he supposed to do? Then they're right, okay. Now I'm in the middle. I am with Jay-Z saying, what the hell is going? We need to, like I said, we need to come out. This is the year you need to come out and punch some holes in this wall, right? You need to do it. Mm-hmm. He's not, which pisses me off. I understand that we don't have a lot of money, but there are areas where we can absolutely, and fiscally responsible people should be adjusting things like CJ Mosley's contract. CJ Mosley should not, for the second year in a row, cost us $21 million. Mm-hmm. Especially with none of it guaranteed. The fact that work isn't done yet bothers me.
But how do you know that it's not? Maybe it's done behind the scenes, and they're like, listen, I'll say this. I'll say this. We're not going to go through. I don't think I should say. I don't think that we're going to go through this entire free agency period with just the $25 million that we have now. Because remember, if we don't trade Zach, we're eating another 11 of that. So 11 of that's gone. So I don't think that we're going to go through free agency with just this. I just think that he's not going to jump the gun until he has to, because last year he did it. He got, we're going to go get the big tackle, Orlando Brown, and we're going to go get this guy and this guy. And he preemptively restructured all these contracts that ended up kicking us in the balls this year. So
that's a good point, actually, because we didn't actually end up needing it.
Correct.
And now we're stuck, with some dead cap and those things.
So maybe he's just saying, all right, well, we know we're going to do this. Maybe they have the handshake agreement. Hey, if this works out, we're going to do this, CJ. And if this works out, we're going to do this, Quinn. And if this works out, we're going to do this.
All right. I like that. I think that's look, I will buy that sandwich from your deli. At the same time, that is a very, very loving and presumptuous attitude to take. Glass half full, if I may. Optimist.
Did you really? And I got to be honest. I didn't really expect them to come out swinging. I just didn't. And maybe it was because all the beat writers and the media were talking about it. Don't expect any big splashes. I didn't expect any big splashes at 12:01. The one guy I'm really upset about is the guard, Robert Hunt. I mean, but he got paid $20 million. What are you going to do? We weren't going to pay him $20 million. He was the one guy I really wanted.
And that's a great look. Nor should we have. Look, Robert Hunt was on my list in the Jets pod today that I released this morning. Robert Hunt was my guard, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was saying, I think what the number was 12 to 14 million. That's the range. The fact that he got 20 million a year with, what was it, 60 million or 55 million guaranteed or some shit?
Yeah, 63 million guaranteed. 5 years, 100 million, 63 million guaranteed. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's crazy. Crazy.
Right. And you can't do that. But Illuminor,
yes,
getting a solid and youngish right tackle for $7 million a year is exactly the move that we should have made.
From Rockaway, New Jersey. Did you know that, Bean?
Son of a bitch.
Morris Knowles High School.
Damn it.
Yeah.
The Rockaway. What were they? What was their team again? Don't tell me for a second. Was it the Rockets?
The Rockaway Rockets in PA.
The Rockaway Rockets. They used to kick our ass.
Yeah, every year.
Holy shit. As did Randolph and Roxbury and the
Denville Blue Angels.
Yeah, the Wharton Hornet, the Green Hornets.
Green Hornets, yeah. The Dover Tigers. If you guys didn't know, me and Bean both played for the same, well, not the same team because he's well older than I am.
Significantly older than young Dom C.
But we both played for the same PAL football program. And when I tell you guys that we were the our coach, our own coach, Coach Hoffman, great guy, used to call us whale shit because we were at the bottom of the
my
ocean,
God.
as
You know,
low as it got.
you remember Jim Mealy, Coach
I
Mealy?
do. I
Holy
absolutely.
shit, he was a legend. I was on the think about this. I was so small. I don't know if you guys know this. I was 4'11" my junior year in high school. So I was a small little tiny guy. Pissed off about it too, Dom. It's why I got such an attitude. It was like, I remember, dude, there were guys, they tried to stick me in a locker when I was in 10th grade. Seniors tried to, dude, let me tell you the blood. You know what I mean? Like the clawing. And, I was this little tiny fucking piss and vinegar. But so I was so small on my JV team. I was the running back. Like I'm a lineman through and through, right?
Yeah.
But back then I was on a team. I was the running back on a team that did not score a point the entire year.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking good times. Truman Theodore Dumel checking in. Thank you. It's like you remind me of Thurston Howell for some reason. Lovey. Hello, Lovey. Thoughts on drafting Sam Hartman and Maris Liafua from Notre Dame, the linebacker? Well,
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Well, I mean, I think he's projected to be what, third round, fourth?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him. I've seen
Maris?
him go as high as day 2, and probably as the floor being somewhere along day 3, early day 3. He's he's good. He's aggressive. I mean, I haven't watched his film in quite a while since I got off of that path of that train of the linebacker. So I can't say that I spent too much time in his film. But yeah, he's good. He's big. He plays the part. He's got size to him, 6'3", 240.
Yeah. You know what, though? That said, Truman, I don't want him. And I'll tell you why I don't want him. I don't want him because I don't want fucking anybody. I don't want anybody but big, fat-legged offensive linemen. That's what I want. I want skinny little zippy-doo wide receivers. I want thunderous, so I mean, if I had a safety, strong safety, I guess you can kind of blend. Outside linebackers, the last thing I want right now. It just is, and like the player one way or the other. I don't know. Now, Sam Hartman, if we're going to take a flyer on a quarterback in the 4th round and it happens to be Sam Hartman, I would have no issue with that. I happen to like him.
He is pretty. He has
and that's the thing. You know what? I said this earlier. I'm really getting tired. We have all these quarterbacks. Mark Sanchez is on GQ. We got Fitzpatrick with his chest hair. And then we get fucking Zachy Poo Skiddly Doo, and he's the cutest little button you ever did see. These guys suck. I want an ugly, toothless quarterback. Do they make those anymore?
No.
I want a guy who's like, Baby Ruth. Like, that's my quarterback. Tired of this.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I want what the hell was that guy's name with the Baby Ruth?
Chunk. Right? No, that was Chunk with the
Chunk was his buddy.
Yeah. Sloth.
That's my quarterback. The uglier, the better. I don't want any good-looking little buttons anymore. Cute little smile, little wink. Fuck out of here with the winks. I don't need to be winked at by my quarterback. I'll tell you, but shit. Truman likes Audric Estime. We were talking about Estime. I don't think he can be labeled a sleeper, Truman. As a matter of fact, especially after the combine too, I think he's on everybody's radar. Now, teams that are hoping to kind of that he'll slide to like those mid, I don't think he's going to slide all that far, although this running back class isn't last year's running back class. And Dom can correct me. It's how I see it.
Correct.
But I think Estime is going to be one of those guys that's coveted, quite frankly. I mean, he has a very specific skill set that I think a lot of teams are the Jets could use him.
He is he's that thunder to an offensive, speedy little shifty lightning that you have. And yeah, the fair point about this running back class. I think it goes well to say that you saw a rebirth, a rejuvenation in the running back salaries this offseason as opposed to last year when no one was getting paid. And I think that correlates very well to like the uncertainness of this running back class in the draft. there's a good chance there's not one taken before round 3. You know,
Yeah.
maybe
And in that
one.
case, maybe an estimate does slide to the 4th round.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you can grab them. But so again, even if that happens, it just so happens that the class would dictate that. I still wouldn't label him a sleeper. I mean, I've seen him as high as the 2nd and 3rd running back on boards.
Yeah.
You know, now
Oh, yeah.
again, where the running backs go is a different story, but he's still, when you look at the running back crop, I think he's way up top. Depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for that bell cow scat kind of breakaway, maybe not him.
No,
But you want those yards.
Yeah, he's gonna get you those in between grimy yards. You know, big guy too, 220, 230 pounds. Yeah.
We were talking about him. I think it was last week a little bit, but you know what I love about him is the leg chopping. You know, it's like all the way back to our PAL days. It's what even our drunk uncle coaches. Most of our coaches were just somebody's uncle. And like fucking drinking a flask, and they're like, damn it, I told you, just keep chopping your legs. Like that's the most important thing, you know. And Estime does that, you know, and I appreciate that when you see him hit the pile, and you all of a sudden you see these legs going, and that's how you push through, that's how you fall forward, that's how you get the extra 2-3 yards when they're making something out of nothing. It's all about leg chopping, in my opinion. So anyway,
Amen.
we love him. Crossfire, welcome aboard the Stream Beaners. He's a bean bagger.
Hey,
he's an only fan, amazing one at that. Crossfire, you're a very appreciated young fella, and thanks for joining the Stream Beaners as well. Now you can use my middle finger emoji if you'd like. You can have at it, buddy. Have at it. I put a poll in the chat for you guys to chew on, which is, are you disappointed so far? I'll leave it up there for a minute. Currently, only about a fifth of you have voted. We got resounding yes, we are disappointed. But Hennessy checking in. How about Jet social media? We signed Oliver. I know. Hey, relax. I told Dom as soon as we got on before the show, I said, hey, the only thing we can do with our free agency so far is we can take your love of cornerbacks off the board, man, because that's all we've done.
Never.
Goes, no. No.
Not happening.
Not at all. Blitz Crew using his members super chat. Thank you, Blitz Crew, for all the support. Hey, Dom, you agree with Devin Jackson about Malik's draft projection? Hope he's right. Hoping we sign at least 2 offensive linemen before the draft. What do you think about it? I didn't see that.
Malik. So he talked about Malik Washington a little bit in depth when we were touching on some of the, the mid-round guys we like. And, he talked very well about Malik Washington, which I think we all do. He seems to think that he could slip a little bit further. He thinks that, his ceiling is probably in the late 90s and his floor is probably about 120. So in that, late 3rd to late 4th round, which is fine. That's exactly where I think he should go because we have 3 picks in that area. So I like that. Yeah.
I want him. I want Malik Washington. He's my number 1 wide receiver if we're not going to go in the 1st round. Like if we wait, and get one in that 3rd round range, he's my number 1 crush. And I would love to add a player like that because it's not just size and stature and all those kinds of things, guys. It's about the work ethic, the desire to win and be the best that you're getting at that level. And I think he's going to be Tank Dell.
Well, he correlated, he kind of comped him to Zay Flowers and comped him also to Rondell Moore, like a mix of the two. Zay Flowers, I think, is probably more of a true Z. Like you can put him on the line, he can get off press man coverage. Malik Washington is probably more slot specific. However, he can win at all 3 levels, which is what you want to see in your wide receivers. And he's a nasty mofo. He'll run right through you at 5'9", 185 pounds.
Yeah,
195 pounds. He's rocked up, man. He's
rocked up, dude. That's the thing. You see him doing the second most bench presses at the position, and anyway, we love him. So hey, Rusty Spooner's here. Carson Steele love. Reign supreme. Thank you, Rusty. That's good. Let's tell everybody. So we're here for the mock, everybody. We'll continue to talk free agency, of course. Again, we have 660 of you in here. I said it in the beginning.
660. That's wonderful, guys.
Yeah, it is. I said it when we had about 180, so I'll say it again. The truth is, guys, when I made the thumbnail and made the stream, I had this fantasy that we would have shit to talk about that would kind of carve up this mock in an interesting way. We got shit. We got nothing. We got Zerline. That's what we got. Okay. Well, and we got Yaboa. Let me take a second and it was one of the guys, my priority hometown free agents. And I'm delighted that the Jets did that. I respect it. I appreciate it. I'm happy about it. But still not enough to push our draft one way or the other. Other than the idea that our tight end room seems to be intact, that's a pretty solid bet. With Conklin, Ruckert, and Yaboa, and then Kuntz as the guy developing on the back end. I think we're set, and I like our tight end room. I don't think we need to put any focus there, and I'm happy about that. But guys, not enough I messed up this one because I thought we were going to have, okay, now that we got Illuminor at the right side and blah, 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 I thought we were going to have all kinds of shit to chew on. Nothing. So we're gonna do something else. So we're gonna use a draft platform that we've never used on the 10 o'clock mock tonight. So that's exciting. Dom C is gonna run it. He's gonna share his screen in just a moment. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna accept a lot of. We're gonna see what the trade market looks like on an organic basis from this. What is this? The NFL. Go ahead.
NFL mock draft database. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm sure you guys have used it. We've just never used it a lot here.
I've never used it, Dom C.
I tend to always lean towards PFF just because I think it's the easiest and so on and so forth. And you don't get a lot of these like little window things that pop up that you got to close all the time here and there and blah blah blah. So listen. Today's about having some fun, guys.
Yeah.
We need to break out of the mundane day that we had as Jets fans today. Let's have some fun and let's see what happened. I mean, Jets Forever's in the chat, and that's fun right there. Haven't seen that guy.
Hey, welcome back.
Haven't seen him in a while.
You know what? Jets Forever. Let me say this. Number one, I'm not convinced that you don't have another handle. So I like to believe that you're still around. You just didn't want to deal with the bullshit. So I like to think that you've never left. That's my own thing. But I think we were just talking about him maybe last week. Maybe it was, I forget. But just recently, we were just talking about you after one of the streams. I wonder where Jets Forever's been, man. I wonder if he's okay. So if that's you and you're out there, welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope you're well, young sir or ma'am. We don't know what Jets Forever is. Jets Forever could be a 90-year-old lady for all we know. I love Zach just because he's cute. And that's the thing. I don't want any cute shit, guiding our thoughts, Tom. Real quick before we get Sodak Jets checking in. Don't the offensive line contracts seem high? Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm not so upset. The only one that upsets me is Illuminor because he was right dead smack on the number that I said he would be. Now, granted, I didn't make the number. It's just what I believed and what I've collected. And for that number, I think he's about the best you're going to get. And I think that he would be a rock solid addition for that number. And so I'm disappointed in that. I am. And he went to the Giants, right? Didn't he go to where did he go?
He went to the Giants. He followed his offensive line coach from Las Vegas to East Rutherford.
Yeah,
Can't knock him for that. It makes sense.
Yeah, it might have been a tough one he's like, hey, I'm going with my boy, and I've heard yucky things about Carter, and it might have been a tough sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. RB Gamer, welcome to the crew, buddy. He's a new beanbagger as well. So RB Gamer hitting it hard. Thank you, bud. I appreciate all the support. You're a good one, man. You're a good one. And Nick Shine checking in, proud New York Jets fan. Love both you guys. Thanks for helping me make yesterday so awesome. Also, if you want Sloth at quarterback, we got to sign Jeremy.
Messed up.
Oh,
Funny,
poor Jeremy. Poor Jeremy. Brooklyn Brothers food review. He reviewed Mamoon's Falafel recently, which is one of my favorite places in all of New York, Dom.
Really?
So
I'm not a falafel fan. Not a falafel fan.
Dude, I'll fucking bathe in falafel. Give me a big falafel. Remember the old...
You like the white stripe on it too? The red, the hot sauce, the red stripe?
Yeah. I mean, I don't always do it that way, but yeah, sure. I like when it's falafel and hummus inside the pita, but Remember, like when we were kids, like gymnastics, you would do the springboard and jump into the big thing of foam.
Yeah, sure.
I would like that to be falafel. I would dive in there. That's what I would do. All right. So thank you, Nick. You're a good man. Nick celebrating 1 year of sobriety yesterday. We're all very, very proud of you, my friend. And had a great stream last night. We all popped in, had some good time, some laughs. And yeah, congratulations, Nick Shine. And your life is the trajectory is incredible. So
right.
an upward swing, my friend.
That's
so we're
right.
proud. All right. So Dom, let's get this going. Explain what we're going to do. If you have anything, or we can just get it started. And,
we're going to get, so we got our picks here, and we're just going to entertain some of these trades and see what happens, guys. We're just going to play this one by ear. I have not been on this simulator all year. So I don't know if if their rankings, how they, rank these guys, it's going to probably be different than the PFF and Draft Buzz that we normally been doing. But we're going to have fun. It's an exercise. I want to hammer that home. It's an exercise just to have some fun, just to see what could happen. And remember, you guys are the ones that are voting on what pick they're taking. So when you get pissed off, blame each other.
Right, blame yourselves, not Dom.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah. So guys, if you haven't been here before, 744 of you. First thing to do is give us some love and smash that like button. Give us the old milk thumbs if you'd be so kind. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It is greatly appreciated as we go into this off season of pain and disappointment. Let's stick together and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to support Dom C, Project Prospect at Dom C. The link is in the description of this video. But so the rules are very, very simple. We watch how the draft goes. We give you guys 4 selections depending on where we are, what we think is kind of makes the most sense, and you guys decide on what the picks are by a poll. There'll be 90 seconds to vote in each poll. I time it, and then we go from there. I'm totalitarian with the timing, so we only get 90 seconds. If I forget to turn the time, if I remember to turn it on, of course. So those are the rules, and let's have some fun, Dom. Let's see what we do here tonight.
So I don't even know if this. I'm not that I'm going to, but I don't even know if we can. Yeah, we can offer trades if we want to go up. So we can offer trades whenever we want, whenever we're on the board, or whenever anybody's on the board. So.
All right. I think let's start it pure. I don't want to start with a trade up.
We're starting it pure, boys.
Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, the draft.
Oh, wait, I screwed it up already. Oh,
you screwed it up. Dom ruined it.
Wait, hang on 1 second.
I'm glad you did it now, and not like I used to do it. Like in the 5th round when we had the best draft ever, I would somehow turn it off.
Yeah,
those were the good old days.
I thought I screwed it up, but I didn't.
All right.
But I think I deleted the trades. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start that over. Sorry, guys. Oh, offers. Never mind. Here are the trade offers we got, boys, and we're not we're not gonna take these ones that are kind of outlandish, where we get everyone's draft for other ones. Even though this isn't the craziest of offers, I guess if you added up all the picks, they'd probably equal up to the 1,300 that pick 10 is. But the Cardinals are offering us 27, 2/3, a 6th, and a 4th next year. And
I'm gonna put this first trade offer, only this one, in the poll. Okay.
Yeah. And
so
then
we got the cards.
The cards. That's a late first, 2/3, a 6th, and a 4th rounder next year. The Vikings want to move up 1 spot, and they're going to give us a 2nd rounder, a 3rd, and a 4th next year. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that seems a bit rich, Dom.
And then Pittsburgh wants us to go from 10 to 84, but they'll give us a 1st next year.
Oof. Okay. Pittsburgh. All right. Here we go, guys.
Or no trade.
Yeah, right. I have no trade as an option, so I'm hitting the timer. So we have the Cardinals trade. Go back and just while we're doing this.
There it is. It's 27, 66, 90, and 185. And then Minnesota, to move up 1 spot, to move down 1 spot, we get a 2nd and a 3rd and a 4th next year. And then Pittsburgh's trash offer.
All right. Now, here's the only way that Vikings trade would make sense. If the Jets tell them we have 5 offers for this pick, and we're getting the next year's 1st, And then the Vikings go, all right, look, we'll give you a second and we'll throw in a couple picks for next year to slide back one spot. It could happen, but it does seem a bit rich, my friend Dom C.
Yeah, that very rich if you ask me. But maybe it's JJ McCarthy that they want.
That's right. The Vikings want that quarterback. And
Let's
they know
look at who's on the
him.
board here. Fashanu.
I'm saying Fashanu, and I'm tired.
I've said Fashanu the whole time, but he corrected everyone at the combine and said it's Fashanu.
Well, tell him to shut up. Yeah, tell him.
Terrion Arnold and Quinyon Mitchell, guys, the two best corners in this draft class. Just saying.
Oh, good.
JJ McCarthy, Jared Verse, Talisi Fonga, Byron Murphy.
They're all there.
They're all there. They're all there. I don't see. There's Latham. There he is.
So it makes a ton of sense to make this trade. It would be really funny though if the Vikings come up and they take Fashanu.
Yeah.
All right. The poll is ending. The timer is up. 67% say grab that Vikings trade, Dom C.
Okay. Accepted. And they traded up for Quinyon Mitchell. We lost him. You bastards.
They traded up for the cornerback.
They did.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, again, the realistic aspect of them wanting a quarterback, though, to do something like that remains. The sim picking a cornerback doesn't remove the fact that, again, it's rich, no doubt, but it could happen. Those things do happen. So all right.
Then in Jacksonville, we got 4 more trade offers. I'll just zip through them. If we move back another 3 spots, we get the Saints' entire draft, like the Ricky Williams deal.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
And then here's another one. Baltimore's going to give us all next year's draft.
Yeah, they want to give us their whole draft next year to slide back 5 spots.
Yeah, and then they want to slide back. Yeah, we're not going to take any of these trades. I say we took one robbery one. We got ourselves a second. Let's stick and pick here, Bean. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, Sluggo wants to know, why are we taking picks for next year? Well, I think the real nugget there was that we got 42 out of it, Sluggo.
That's right.
So that was the juice. That's where the juice was. Next year it's fun to look and know that you set your team up for next year as part of our mock, but at the same time, I think the chewy bits remain 42.
Yeah. And guys in the chat, we know that it's a little bit of an outlandish offer, but we're gonna have fun today. My mic is loud?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hear it that way, Don Meach. Anybody else hear Dom's mic is super loud, or am I super quiet?
I'll move it away. Is that better? Test.
My levels are right where they usually are, but hey. All right, so what do we got here, Dom?
We're here at 11, and everyone's still on the board other than Quinyon Mitchell. So, we can put 2 tackles on there.
Yeah.
We can put some wide receivers. Let's see who's on the wide receiver board. Yeah,
right, so we're gonna put Fashanu and Fuanga, right? The endless Fuanga. All right,
who had his pro day today. Interesting little tidbit, Bean.
Who's
the
that?
Jets offensive line staff was there amongst other NFL teams, and he worked out not only at right tackle but at left tackle and at right guard.
Oh, look at that. He's trying to say, I can be whatever you need me to be, everybody.
Yeah.
What do you want you to say? So, all right. Who was give me a wide receiver. Who's up top?
Brian Thomas Jr. is up
Great.
top. Now that we have 42, maybe people are interested in maybe passing on the tackle now and targeting it later. Just an idea.
Maybe.
Not suggesting it.
And then what's his name still around? Is Brock Bowers around? Even though our tight end room is good,
he is not there. He is off the board.
Okay, all right, interesting.
So you can pick dealer's choice, Bean. You want to put you can pick the 4th guy. I don't care if it's a defender. I don't care if it's an interior. Put JPJ. That's an interesting one.
Oh yeah, you know what? No, let's throw another receiver up there. I think who do we have? Who was there?
You got everybody except for the top 3.
Yeah, but look at their
their rankings. You gotta take their rankings with a grain of salt. They don't
worthy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the other receivers that high, Dom. I gotta be honest.
No, me neither.
All right, let's throw JPJ up there. All right, guys. The poll is up, everybody. We got 2 tackles, Fuanga, Fashanu. We got a wide receiver, Brian Thomas, and we have an interior offensive lineman, JPJ. arguably the best lineman in the entire draft, just not being talked about quite as much by Jets fans because we're looking just more closely at the tackles, right? But
Correct.
JPJ, it could be argued that he's actually the best lineman in the draft.
Correct.
So it's not a wasted idea to consider him. While we do this, the poll, I got to start the clock. Damn it. Okay. Clock started. You got an extra 10 seconds there, everybody. Get your votes in. This is going to be an interesting one because we have 2 tackles. This is one of those scenarios where the tackle bunch could split and then project the wide receiver into the winning slot. So you got to get your votes in, everybody. 787 of you in here. Let's see how many. Let's get 500 votes for this one.
Yeah, right. You are sweet dreaming, Bean. 500. Let's
500.
hope for 100.
We usually get like, oops, I almost ended this shit. We usually get anywhere from like 100 to 150.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We got 90 votes. We got a minute left, or 50 seconds anyway. Crossfire checking in. He says we need to remember the picks we get for next year's mock. Yeah, right. So we'll go. Hey, last year we got a 3rd and a 5th.
Yes,
that's good. Where's my paper towels, Dom? Where are they?
That's a good question. My man Jigga, how you doing, bud?
Hold on, I gotta find them.
Go ahead. I'll take over. Jigga Man Porto here, guys. Say hello. One Jets pod. Also 500. He's laughing at you, Bean. I agree with you. We haven't had 500 votes cumulatively in all of the mock in all the 10 o'clock mocks this year. And Duncan says nobody's picking a wide receiver here. Oop, that's the wrong one. Duncan, no one's picking a wide receiver here. Maybe not the Jets, but I beg to differ, Bucko. I bet you.
Holy shit, is this close?
People are going to like
the timer. Look at this. I can't wait to see.
How many votes total?
Shanu, 44% to Fwanga's 43%, Dom.
Wow.
A 1% difference, 109 votes. So I was 391 off.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Randy, One Jets Pod was laughing at me.
He said 500 votes. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm a funny guy. What are you going to do? Huh?
Freedom House says he would have went Latham if it was a choice. I'm with you, buddy. I would have went Latham too.
That would have been nice. We could have did that. But I don't know. He wouldn't have won, though. There's no doubt.
Olu Fashino is the choice.
Olu Fashinu. Let's do it. Okay.
And we got a pick in the second round, Bean. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am excited. Modine, just pipe down, will you? You know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense. Last week we got J.D. McCarthy. Who did we get last year? Or last week, the quarterback? Daniels. Yeah.
We took Jaden Daniels last week. Yeah.
I said, what'd I say? J.D. McCarthy? I'm drunk, I think.
and we got we got some trade offers. I'll zip through them. That's a nothing burger. Another nothing burger. The Giants want to trade us a bunch of stuff to move up 5 spots. The Chargers, that's a nothing burger. This one is probably value-wise the most accurate. We move down 3 and we get a 5th and a 6th. And then they want to throw us their whole draft here, Tampa. So let's look at what's on the board first. Let's look at what's on the board. Okay, let's go to the all tab. Ooh, Graham Barton made it through. Xavier Worthy made it through.
Of course.
Tyler Nubin, arguably the best safety in the class, made it through. Braden
Fiske. There he is.
Tavondre Sweat, Roman Wilson. Oh, guys, this is a good group right here.
Good. All right. So here we go. We'll do a poll here. We're not going to accept any of those trades because they're baloney. I'm going to throw up some names, and then we'll talk to you, Gall.
Why don't you pick 2 and I'll pick 2, Bean. How's that? And then
all right. Go do me the all. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put Graham Barton up there because Graham Barton, pick 42. Don't forget, guys, Graham Barton is a tackle, but he's projected to move inside. Now, but he could still play tackle in a pinch if you needed him to. He's got the tenacity, he's got the skill set. But he would immediately embolden your interior.
Correct. 32-inch arms. He's got those T-Rex AVT arms.
He's got those little tiny baby face arms. But he's a damn good ball player, and so we'll put him up there. as addressing the interior. And you know what? Just scroll down just a bit. Let's throw Bo Nix in there too.
Oh boy, I'm okay with that. Throw him
You know
in.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not your first round pick. You got your tackle. You know you still have your third round pick. This is kind of a bonus. And maybe you take the shot at Bo Nix. Baldy thinks that's the perfect quarterback for the Jets and thinks we should take him.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll throw Bo Nix up there. Those are my two guys. Go ahead and pick two realistic. You know, we got to.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick two wide receivers here. I'm going to pick Ricky Pearsall.
Yes,
because I love him, and
I love him too.
I think this is a warm landing spot for him early in the second round. And I know that Xavier Worthy's the highest rated wide receiver here, but he's probably going to be gone. I'll try to keep it a little bit more realistic here. And I'll go ahead and I'll throw on Roman Wilson.
Fine choice.
Yeah. There wasn't a cornerback on the board here I thought worthy of the pick. I would have thrown him on.
Yeah.
Cam Hart's my guy. This is a little too rich for Cam Hart.
Yeah, I gotta say, all right. So Dom, if it's your choice, let me start the friggin' timer. I'm such a chatterbox. Oh, well, let me get to Gall's thing.
Yeah.
So he says he calling it Overpay Monday. Everybody, good players wait unless overpaid. That is a fantastic justification for our lack of movement today, Gall. I appreciate. Now it's not untrue. You see a Robert Hunt. He's probably going, well, I wasn't necessarily planning on going here, but come on, how am I going to turn down $20 million a year? So, yeah, I mean, you see it. There are guys getting overpaid. There are lots of contracts I think are right on, and they're going to the team that they feel is best for them. But
we got breaking news.
Yeah, talk about it.
John Simpson is a Jet.
John Simpson.
I'm trying to confirm right now. Hang on, I just saw it in the chat. I want to make sure. Yeah, veteran old lineman John Simpson from the Baltimore Ravens signs a 2-year deal worth up to $18 million. Simpson started all 19 games last season at left guard, where he's expected to play for the New York Jets.
Does that change your pick for this?
You better not pick Graham Barton, you mother.
You got to switch it to Bo Nix now, everybody. Come on, Modine. Get him going, baby.
Yes.
This is Modine's guy, Bo Nix.
See, in typical Jets fashion, Twitter is, this is a free agent signing. What the fuck is this?
Let's look at his PFF. So, yeah, and I see why. Now, granted, PFF is a tool. Oh, there's the timer. So
wait, hang on. Another breaking news here.
Hold on. All right, go on.
Damian Lewis, free agent guard, signs with the Panthers, 4 years, $55 million. They are just paying.
Yeah, Damian Lewis is a guy I was.
Yeah, from Seattle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spent big money.
So, look, I'm just saying, just as a tool, I don't buy PFF like as this, he's good or bad, but it is a tool, and there is an evaluation team there, and they got him as a 56.5 overall rating. Now he played just so here, real quick, Dom, I'm going to pull the draft just so we can see our new guy here. I'll show you the PFF, everybody. Now we have the PFF all access pass. So this is when you Google PFF, you get only half. I have all the info for you. Here we go. So he's got a 56 grade, 61.8 pass, 56.9 run. Brees is going to have a tweet real soon saying, I'm really, really happy about this. Offensive snaps played 1,118, pass blocking snaps 644, run block 474, 11 penalties, not good. Sacks allowed 1, good. Hits allowed 5, total pressures 26. Now, it could be an interesting one.
26 is a good number. That's not
and
over
Lamar
19
Lamar Jackson's squirting all over the joint. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Anyway, it's an upgrade. And did he play? Or how many snaps did he? 1,100. That's every snap. That sounds like every snap to me. 1 snack, 11 pence. So, all right. Not too shabby, everybody. Not the guy we wanted. definitely what I would call bargain bin ish, right? But yeah, Aiden Vassallo, right? We're talking about John Simpson right now. But I'll put the draft back up. There he goes, guys. That's our new guard. So that's what we did. No Zeitler, probably. No, probably not, right? I would think no
Probably
Zeitler.
not. Probably
Definitely
not.
no Hunt. Onweno's gone. So hey, hey. Isn't it, Tom? Initial feelings. How you feeling?
Listen, I don't know if I have any feelings. I don't know the player all that well outside the fact that he's a thoroughbred. He's played every single snap, every single game. I think that alone is a positive. Let's hope that I'm knocking on some wood that we don't jinx it. Then he comes into New York and all of a sudden gets hurt. But listen, I mean, they've been running the ball pretty well over the past few years in Baltimore. And if he's been up on that line, I'll take it, man.
All right, I'm going to put a quick poll in there, 30 seconds, to see if we should redo the last poll because we had an interior offensive lineman on there that won. Graham Barton won with 43%. Real quick, throw in there, should we redo the last poll because mid-poll, we got a guard. So does that change everything with our second-round pick? This is a premium pick, everybody. So we have to make sure that we look at things the right way. 330 pounds, 26 years old. So that's nice, big, fluffy fella.
And
there.
Last year, I think we got used to, a certain type of lineman in the Mike LaFleur outside zone scheme, those real, skinny athletic guys. Last year we ran more gap, power than we did definitely outside zone and probably even more inside zone. So the big nasties in the middle there, the road grader types really work, which bodes well if you're a fan of Talise Fuanga or JC Latham, because that's their type of game for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to end the poll. 75 votes. So yeah, let's redo it. Okay. And I'm fine with that. We'll do this real quick. Same exact guys. Okay. We're just going to do it again because of the news that broke mid-poll. So we have Graham Barton. Let's see if he wins again. And that's fine. And it's not like we don't need these guys, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Ricky Pearsall. We had Bo Nix, QB, and Roman Wilson. There it is, everybody. So we're redoing the poll. Here it comes. All right, it's out there. I'll start the timer. 90 seconds. And we'll see how it goes. So that's what an interesting thing. I mean, is he an upgrade from Laken Tomlinson, you think, Dom?
I gotta say anything. You might be an upgrade from Laken Tomlinson. I don't know if you saw my tweet from about an hour and a half ago where I put my projected New York Jets offensive line for 2024 out there. And left guard, I had Connor Hughes playing left guard.
I saw that. Yeah, I actually did see that. Connor Hughes, well, he's been lifting, dude. Connor Hughes looks very svelte these days. So
yeah.
Hey, maybe you could do it.
Jacob McIntosh hits it right on the head, man. Anyone is an upgrade from Laken. Amen, brother. Listen, 2 years, $18 million max doesn't mean that that's going to be reached. That's shopping in the wheelhouse where I expected Joe Douglas to shop, man. The bigger question is now, do you think that being our first move probably means that AVT is going to line up at tackle?
I've been saying it all offseason. So reading the tea leaves, it's like when you walk into a house, right? And you don't know what's for dinner, but there's just a slight aroma of something. You're like, we're having meatloaf. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you can't tell. I'm telling you, we're having meatloaf. It's like, that's kind of, I just sense it. I feel like all the flexibility talk with AVT, I feel like that's pushing us toward AVT at tackle. It's going to save some money on the free agent market. Well, maybe not with all these the way it's going, but that I think could be the thought. All right, so I'm ending the poll. Let's see if anything changed, Dom. Let's see.
Ricky Pearsall
by one. Dude, what? These are the closest polls we've ever had. 2 in a row.
Ricky Pearsall.
Ricky Pearsall comes aboard.
Welcome to the Jets, my
Oh,
friend.
I
You
love
guys
that
would
pick.
love him. You would love him. I'm telling you.
If you guys haven't had the opportunity to watch Ricky Pearsall yet, again, another benefit of what we do here, in my opinion, is that we learn about guys that maybe you weren't aware of. Dom C being the wealth of information that he is here, affords us that opportunity to hear names and dig in, maybe in areas we haven't yet.
Mhm.
Take a serious look. Spend 20 minutes digging into Ricky Pearsall. You're going to go, holy shit.
Yeah.
I would love to add this guy,
Yeah.
especially when you're thinking about wide receiver 3, something like that. I'm telling you, man.
He is my eighth ranked wide receiver on the board. I have him right ahead of Lad McConkey. I know Lad is a favorite of yours, Bean, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a natural separator, tracks the ball well, wins it, wins all over the place, can win short, intermediate, deep, shifty. You like guys like that. You like guys that can catch the ball, has inside outside flexibility, can play in the slot, can play the Z, can even play up on the line, has a release package. There's really not a lot that Ricky Pearsall does that makes you think, this guy is not going to be good.
Right. Right. And there are just certain players that, like, there are guys that are just immensely talented, but there are question marks about work ethic, resolve, whatever it might be. This is not one of those guys. Like, and there are those guys all throughout the draft. You just look at him, you're like, all right, he's got the talent, but you see it in their play. It's that, like, one of the things I liked most about Ricky Pearsall is that it seemed like most of the passes he had to go get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't getting hit in the numbers a lot. And there's a few if you look at highlights, you're going to see them right away. It's going to be the first passes that you see. There's just some incredible, concentration, effort, highlight type of catches that he makes. But even the ones that are a little bit less spectacular, he has to go get them. And that's the kind of guy that it just speaks volumes about what he's willing to do. Where Elijah Moore, if it's not right, he just stops fucking running. He's, it's bullshit. It's like that kind of, there's a difference in those types of players, where a Garrett Wilson, is catching the ball and dragging his toes. He's got 6 inches to do the whole operation and he gets it done. Elijah Moore has 5 feet, 2 yards to get it and can't seem to get his feet in bounds. That's the difference. Ricky Pearsall is of the Garrett Wilson effort mold, and I think he'd be a great ad. All right, Dom. So where are we now?
We're at pick 70 or 72. Green Bay wants us to move down for a 6 next year. We're not interested. We're not interested in that. And that's just too crazy. I think we're done with the trades, Bean. Unless we get one that I think is really, really fair, we can consider. And here we are at 72. We've got ourselves a left tackle in Olu Fashanu. We got ourselves a wide receiver extraordinary in Ricky Pearsall, who I love. Right. So we can look into the interior again, and there's still some really good guys here. Christian Haynes, who this is a landing spot. He could go a little earlier, could sneak his way into the second round. But I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped it to this area. Dominic Puny, another guy, flexible, 5-position flexibility, really, really good player. I'll look at the cornerback group just to see and just to poke and prod.
Because he's addicted and can't stop.
Cam Hart and Max Melton, I think, are worthy of this pick. I'm just saying. I'll look at the interior as well. Defensive lineman, you have Michael Hall Jr., very, very good penetrating defensive tackle. Couldn't be stopped at the Senior Bowl week. Dwayne Carter is a little bit further down the board, but also a guy I think who has a little bit more 1-tech and 3-tech flexibility. You could play him next to Quentin Williams as opposed to Michael Hall. Leonard Taylor, who I think is a little bit leaves a little left to be desired. Leaves too much meat on the bone. Has the physical and athletic attributes that you want, but just doesn't put it all together play after play. And we'll look at the edge rushers. I think Jonah Ellis is a great player. Brandon Dorless is a little bit of an inside-outside guy, kind of in your JFM mold. Austin Booker has that first step get-off that Bryce Huff had that we lost. Just some names to throw out there. I'll look at the quarterback group.
Yeah, I threw Michael Hall up there.
Okay.
I threw Christian Haynes up there.
Yes.
You
want to look at the tackles too?
Yeah.
Kieran Amagaje, Yale, he's a project. Don't know if he's going to be inside or outside. Christian Jones, I think is great, but I think this might be a little early. We could probably wait on him. Actually, I mean, third round is probably a target here. Really being the world's our oyster. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go another wide receiver?
Yeah, I'd like to. Right, we should throw one up there.
Yeah.
Is my boy still there?
Yeah, he's way down here. He's at 115 here. But again, you have I'm not suggesting these, but these top three guys here in Walker, Burton, and Rice, they're your typical, field stretchers. They can beat you. They got that second gear. They're the guys that your deep threats, if you will.
All right, you want to throw Tez Walker up there?
Yeah, Brandon Rice isn't really that. Brandon Rice is more your prototypical X build. So whichever one you want.
I like Brent. I like Rice, but
so throw him up there then.
No. I'll throw Walker up there. I got a DT. We got an interior offensive line. We got a wide receiver. What else are we thinking here? Now we could throw another. Well, we just drafted a wide receiver, so I'd like to look at. Give me another interior offensive lineman. What are we looking at here?
You want to put a center up there?
Yeah.
Let's. You got Sed Van Pran or Bo Limmer? I think both of them are.
Van Pran.
Van Pran. Okay.
All right. Oops. Come on, man. All right. So it's up there, guys. Let's get your votes in. Hunter Hedzicki, Dom, has a question for you. With the Simpsons signing, where does this leave the Jets in the salary cap? Where are we?
Don't know, because they didn't announce I don't know what the breakdown of his contract is. They just said it's 2 years, upwards to $19 million.
Huh.
So that could be 2 for $12, and he can earn another 7 in incentives. I don't know what the breakdown is, but I will keep looking for it, and if I find it, I will tell you.
Yeah, very interesting, though. I think the Simpsons signing, I mean, look, we wanted them to sign an offensive guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's a starter on an AFC championship team. We could have done worse, guys. You know what I mean? Maybe not my first choice for sure, but I cannot honestly tell you that I'm disappointed. Not the guy that I wanted. I do like that they went and got an interior offensive lineman on day one. I'd love to see Tyron Smith brought in at this point. I think we're going to lose him to the Chiefs. That's my honest feel on it. But you gotta go in there like Rocky Balboa, dude. And you gotta beat Apollo Creed, dude. It's just that simple. You gotta do it. You gotta will this one and come home with the guy that you want. We need to come out of this with a tackle, in my opinion. But I do like that they went with the alignment on day one. Okay, here we go. So how many votes we have so far? We got 79 votes, 911 of you in here.
I didn't vote. Let me vote here.
Let Dom C vote.
I'm in. Sorry, I was looking down. I'm trying to see if I could see anything on the contract.
Let me tell you who I would vote for here.
Okay.
Without even a second thought, I'm taking Christian Haynes every day of the week.
Yeah.
That's who I would take. Infrared agrees. Who else agrees?
I did.
Mr. Green. Well, I know you didn't. We disagree a lot. A lot more than you'd think, Dom.
Yeah. Well, you didn't let me put Cam Hart up there, but I mean, if he wasn't up there, I got to take Christian Haynes. Duh.
Oh, you did take Christian Haynes.
I did.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't. I thought you were going to be Michael Hall.
No. I took Christian Haynes.
We're doing things ass backwards. What do you mean, Sluggo? You gotta explain yourself, buddy. You can't just throw it up there like that. How do I? Okay, here we go. All right, it's over. The poll is ending. So we have, let's see, what is that? Christian Haynes with 61% of the vote, everybody.
Guess what? He's your right tackle. I mean, he's your right guard. So now we got.
So now with our draft, with Simpson, I guess not really. Yeah, we got Fashanu, we got Simpson, we got Christian Haynes. So I guess that pushes AVT to right tackle, doesn't it?
Tippmann at center, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad O-line, everybody. Where am I seeing the number of people in the room? On my platform here, 906 watching. Let me see. So, interestingly enough, we got 633 on Twitter, which is crazy.
That's great.
Crazy. Usually Twitter's like 10.
Listen,
10 of you fuckers.
Twitter right now is the place to be for Jets fans. Misery loves company, man. Misery loves company. You know, we heard all day long, Joe Douglas is sleeping. Wake him up. He's not doing something. He makes a move.
And we hate it.
My God, I can't believe we made this move. I love it. I love Jets Twitter, man.
Yeah. So, don't forget, give me a like on Twitter, everybody. Come on. Let's go.
Hit those milk thumbs. That's right.
Milk
so here we are, guys. We're at 110 and 112. 2 picks in a row.
All right. 2 picks in a row, everybody. So
we've addressed 2 offensive linemen and 1
Sarah.
wide receiver. 2 offensive linemen, 1 wide receiver. Now's the time.
This is where we have to look at the quarterbacks here, right? Because we know Jets fans are looking for quarterbacks in the 4th round.
You said corner.
Quarter, my friend. All right, so let's do pick 1 to, you know what? I don't know this early. I don't know if I want to do the first and second in the same poll win. We'll break it down a little bit. But let's look at the quarterbacks. Who do we have up there? Michael Pratt's up there.
You got Michael Pratt, and that's about it, my friend. You got Keaton Slovis is way down late. We can worry about him in the 7th round. That's
all right.
Joke,
so we
guys.
got Michael Pratt for quarterback. Keaton Slovis. Sam Hartman's there. Jordan Travis, though, he's there. Just because they ranked them a little bit lower doesn't mean that we can't put him up there. But
defensive line, I think you should throw Gabe Hall up there for sure.
Gabe Hall for sure.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle. Let's look at the safeties and running backs, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Cole Bishop, absolutely, all day long. Jaden Hicks. Cole, so you got some good safety options here, okay? I'm going to talk about them real quick, Bean. I won't take up a lot of time.
Please. Educate some folks on Cole Bishop. Now, does this platform have a breakdown? Can you open it up for the
No,
YouTube
I don't think
people
so. No, you can't.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't know about this one.
You got Jaden Hicks here who's gaining a lot of steam. I've seen him taken in some people projected him to go early in day 2. He is your prototypical big box safety. Now, you might not think we have to lean that way because we did just sign Chuck Clark, who's going to take kind of that sub linebacker, a lot of those, in the box responsibilities that Jordan Whitehead left behind. I mean, but a guy like Jaden Hicks, who's just a vicious hitter, just a physical specimen, I think would be great. Cole Bishop is probably your best all around safety. Does a little bit of everything. Think of him as a much better Ashton Davis. He can play in the box. You can use him off of lightning and thunder stunts off the end. He can man up in coverage against slot receivers and tight ends. He could play, a split safety. He's more of your split safety when you want to go too deep. And then Sione Vaki, which I'm going to bring up because I think it's interesting. The Jets have been tied to him a lot.
I know. I've seen, and I like him. I do.
Yeah. He's just very raw. He was, he was one of the few guys that you'll find in college football, big time college football, Utah. It's not like, not like McNeese State where he played both sides of the ball. He played a little bit of running back, played a little bit of safety, kind of one of those old school players, still raw as a safety, probably going to be limited to box responsibilities, but as athletic as hell. So I think you got 3 good safety options. If I had to choose, although I love Jaden Hicks, I'd probably say Cole Bishop's the better fit for us Jets.
All right. So Cole Bishop, let's take a look at the running backs.
Yeah, sure. And you still got some good ones here. Marshawn Lloyd, Audric Estime, Dylan Johnson.
Let's do Audric Estime because we were talking about him.
Yeah.
He's a name I think Jets fans are familiar with.
Sure.
There it is, guys. So we got Michael Pratt. We have Gabe Hall, defensive tackle. We have a safety, Cole Bishop, and Audric Estime, running back. While we're doing that, let me start the timer like I forget to do. Okay. Timer's up. Get your votes in. Sodak Jets checking is I don't get the signing based on PFF seems similar to Tomlinson. So we saved $8 million, cutting Lakin only to go pay a guy that's similar. Again, PFF, don't look at them as the end all be all. Sodak, yeah. They're a useful tool. I think, again, like we said, maybe not the guy we were looking for, but this is a guy that started for the Ravens every game last year. Significantly different scenario. Lakin Tomlinson was very much a sieve for us. I don't know. Well, let me look at Lakin's.
So Sodak, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I'm posting something right now that Chris Long did in one of his podcasts or something like that, where he talks very, very in a very good light about John Simpson. Again, maybe this is trying to spin a little favoritism towards him. I don't know much about Simpson other than he's, he plays, which is something that, our linemen usually don't do. So if you follow me, you'll be able to see this.
Yeah. And I will say, Lakin gave up 6 more sacks than Simpson. So that's something, right? That's something right there. He had a lower run. Lakin has a lower run blocking grade as well. He has a lower overall grade. They're in the same neighborhood for sure. But 6 more sacks and a lower run blocking grade. So I think even by PFF standards, it's still an upgrade. The poll is done, everybody. Let's see what we got here. Look at this. Look at this, Dom C. Gabe Hall with 32%. Cole Bishop and Michael Pratt, very, very close, 25 and 23.
Well, here's the good thing, Dean. Here's the good thing. We pick at 112 next, so you don't have to do another poll.
That's what I was saying before. Yeah. I'll throw the top 2. I'll throw those 3 up there, and we'll add a guy for the next one. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do.
But listen, Gabe Hall's a great pickup. I'm surprised that the chat went that way. I'm not going to lie.
I'm surprised as well. But the good news is, like you said, we have another pick right here. So what is it? 112, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll throw Cole Bishop up there. Who we had? Oh, Michael Pratt.
Yep.
And we had Audric Estime.
Yep. And you got to put what have we done? Let's put Brandon Rice. Did we take 2 receivers yet? No. Let's put Brandon Rice. Or you want to put Malik Washington? Malik Washington.
Oh, how dare you?
Oh no, he's gone. He's gone.
Is he? All right. Okay. Brandon Rice it is. All right. So here we go, guys. The next poll is up there. So Gall Ager, checking in. GreenBean, much like me. Dom C with the smarts, best duo. Well, thank you. I don't appreciate you saying Dom's smarter than me. I don't like that.
Say it louder. I'll pay your $2. I got your coffee.
There it is. Dom C, right? Dom C. If you're looking for some brains, Dom C's the guy, man. Dom C knows his draft stuff, and yeah. So I appreciate that, Gall. That's wonderful, wonderful, loving words.
And, so while this poll's going on, Bean, we got a tackle, we got a guard, we got a defensive tackle, we got a wide receiver. Jets are sitting pretty here. Now we can we could just start plucking best available wherever we want them.
Yeah, well, and look, we have our guys. We got to look at our guys that are sliding, right? Look at our guys that are sliding through, popping through the gauntlet. We can look at our, hey, we still need some offensive linemen. I don't think you can get too many, quite frankly, depending on what happens here. Wide receiver, running back. We definitely need to get a running back at some point, in my opinion.
Well, what we could do here also is I can try to shop some of these 7th round picks to see if I can move up a little bit.
Yeah,
we got a big gap between 112 and 184. It's not worth it. It's worth a shot.
I like that they adjusted it to like we found out this week, Jets fans. We don't have 3 7s. We got 2 7s and a 6th in the compensation or a compensatory system, which is nice to see. It's what I originally was saying. I said, there's no way we don't get a 6. I think the 6th is for Mike White, which is what I thought would happen. But either way, I was disappointed with the 3 7s. Look, I wanted 3/3. but obviously that wasn't going to happen. But I
Yeah,
definitely thought we were getting a 6, and I'm happy to see that we did.
The compensatory pick as it stands right now for a $17 million contract for Bryce Huff would be a fourth round pick.
Yeah, not bad. Not to say that we shouldn't have and couldn't have
Signed him?
or no, gotten the pick for him. Dude, I maintain. Everybody tried to tell me I was nuts. He's going to get $13 million. And I said, get the fuck out of here. He's not getting $13 million a year. The Jets absolutely should have tagged Bryce Huff. And everybody with this fear, we could get locked into 20 for just a day. You see what the market is. You can renege. You can pull a franchise tag anytime you want. And you go out there, you control the narrative, and you say, all right, you try to get a second. If you can't get a second, you got 3 teams wanting them. You say the first team to give me a third, and that's the way you do it, man. You control it, and that's the way it should have been done, and it could have been done. And he was definitely getting 17 plus. And he can even make up to 20 million, depending on his play. It makes perfect sense to me. He's been given an increase in his percentage of snaps, his production has increased. There is no reason to believe that wouldn't continue. And a team like the Eagles absolutely looked at it.
Breaking news. Oh no, I thought I saw something.
All right, I'm ending this poll. Dom, it's Cole Bishop. We got a safety, everybody.
Yes.
The fourth round was the round of defense.
I love it.
Cole Bishop, 32%. Brandon Rice.
Breaking news. Adam Schefter announces the Jets have come to terms on a 1-year agreement with defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw.
That's my guy. I put him in the podcast, everybody. I said, if we're going to go out and get a defensive tackle in free agency, there's only one name to consider. It's the 24-year-old Javon Kinlaw. And that's the guy. I am delighted with that news. So I got Kenny Yeboah. I got Javon Kinlaw. We got Zerline back, which is a big move, of course. And we got an interior offensive lineman. Not a bad day. Joe Douglas loves to wait till the witching hour. He's like, wait, what day is it? Oh shit. Let me get to work.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick Cole Bishop. I'm a little behind here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up and give us the breaking news as it happens, but we did take Cole Bishop, right?
Cole Bishop is the guy.
And we're going to try to pause at some point here, see if we can do a little trade-a-rooski once we're in the 5th round.
Trade-a-rooski it is.
Yeah.
Trade-a-rooski, everybody. All right.
Paused. And that's the Giants pick at 148. Let's see what we can do here. Just a shot. I've never made a trade on this draft profile here. So let's see. All right. We want to get 140. And we're going to give you 218 and 256. That's not enough. Well, how's about some of that? Or maybe some of this too. Still not enough. Yeah. Not going to work. It's not going to work, my friends. Let's see if we could try to trade down a little further. Maybe 160.
Yeah, it's funny though. We just drafted Gabe Hall. It's not that we don't. It's not like we don't need more though. Modine. I mean, we have Quinnen and now Javon Kinlaw. It's a great move, guys. Now, granted, his first round pedigree, maybe he's not that, but the talent is there, and he's an absolutely wonderful, solid addition to our defensive line rotation on the interior. And he's the guy I wanted. I say, if we're going to do it, I'm a big, like you guys know, I'm totally happy with just waiting until the 5th, 6th round and start stuffing in fat bodies. But if you're going to go in free agency and get a defensive tackle, this was the guy I wanted. So I'm happy with this one, Dom. How do you feel about Javon Kinlaw?
Listen, it's intriguing. The talent is there. Knows the system, obviously played in the system his whole career. I think it's a 1-year deal. So depending how much it is, I think it's worth it. I think I would have liked Eric Armstead better, but Javon Kinlaw's, he's a young, again, it sticks in the Joe Douglas scheme. He's not going to go get, if he's going to bring these guys in, some of them, they're probably up for 26, 27 years old. That's what he likes to do. I think it's interesting. Somebody who knows the defensive scheme at a position of need.
Right.
I'm all for it. And we got a trade here offer, Bean. We can trade 184 and 256 plus the some of the crap that we got next year in the Minnesota trade to Philly to move up into the 5th round.
Do
that
it.
would be we're doing
let
it.
me ask the chat real quick.
Yeah.
So Dom, explain. I'm just gonna put it in there quickly.
It's Philly 5th for a 6th and a 7th. That's all you got to do. Yes or no?
All right. So the Philly 5th, which is at pick. What'd you say it was, Dom? I can't see my 160.
160.
So we move up 24 spots. We give up a 7th. Yeah, I'd say that. And next year's baloney? Sure.
That's it.
Sure. Yeah. All right. I'm happy about the Kinlaw signing area. I mean, you got to see the numbers. I imagine what was I saying? I think I was saying about $4 million, $3 to $4 million for Javon Kinlaw. I would like to see more.
Hang on. Let's see where the salaries come in. I just saw it. Somebody posted it. Bear with me 1 second, guys.
I'd love it if they got him for $50. Wouldn't that be great, everybody? $56 over 2 years.
Yeah, no, it just no money yet. Just says 1 year deal. John Simpson is 2 years with a max value of $18 million.
Wait, say that again.
John Simpson, the guard from Baltimore, is 2 years with a max of $18 million. So that's what he can reach if all the incentives. But I don't know what the base salary is.
Okay. All right. Yeah, JD working at night, right? Crossfire. That's right, man. All right, so I got the poll up there. I'm going to end it right now. 80% say take that trade, Dom. Let's move up into the 5th.
We're done. We're in. We're in, boys.
We're in. We did it. Okay, so now we are at pick 160, everybody.
Yes. And we've knocked off a defensive lineman and Cole Bishop. We're not going to look at these trade offers. So we really could take. This is dealer's choice here, guys. We could take wherever we want.
Some running backs, Dom.
All right, we got some running backs here. Dylan Johnson, power back, a little bit slow if you ask me, but he's a guy who's going to grind and get you those in between grimy yards in between the tackles. Isaiah Davis is a guy I really love. I think he's going to be a really, really good pro. Small school kid, was a 3-down back in college. I talked to him at the Senior Bowl, and he talked to me about his love of all things being pass pro. He loves pass. He says there's nothing like it. He's like, I could score all the touchdowns in the world. There's nothing like taking a blitzing lineman and knocking him on his head. That's what he said to me. And I said, you are my kind of guy, Isaiah Davis. And then there's Dylan Lauby, who's an interesting one. Again, a real small school, New Hampshire. Older prospect, but like a dollar store Christian McCaffrey. Does a little bit of everything. 1,800 yards combined the past 2 years. Each year, 1,000 yards rushing, 800 yards receiving.
Who was that now?
Dylan Lauby from the University of New Hampshire, Long Island's own Dylan Lauby. So I would say Isaiah Davis and Lauby if you want to put two wide. Okay, and then we'll look at the offensive lineman again.
Yep, why not? And let's look at wide receiver too.
Yeah.
Who's there?
Julian Pearl's I'm not a big fan of. Garrett Greenfield's interesting. Again, another FCS school kid. Another guard. I know we took Christian Haynes. I know we signed John Simpson. So that would just be a depth piece here. Let's see who's in the interior. Mason McCormick, he's a stud. I really, really like him. I really like Brandon Coleman as well. But let's look at the wide receivers. You got some good ones.
You want to throw Mason McCormick? Let's look at the tackles, though.
Yeah, there's not
you
much
like any
here.
of them. Yeah.
No, I mean,
so we'll put Mason McCormick up there.
Yeah, you can put Mason McCormick up there. The wide receivers, there's some interesting ones. They're really different. All right. Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint is a really, really underrated guy. For some reason, these Georgia guys, he's smooth. He can run. He can high point the ball. He catches really well. But just didn't, for some reason, he was never like the focal point of any offense. I mean, I know they had Brock Bowers, so on and so forth. So I think he's flying under the radar. he's a good option. Taj Washington is your shifty slot speedster. Think of, where we talked about Malik Washington. He's in that kind of mold. A very underrated player. This might be a little rich for him, but definitely a guy that I would consider. We can also look at the interior of the defensive line, and Christian Boyd's your big nasty. He's your guy, Bean. He's 6'6", 330 pounds. He's got an ass the size of Connecticut. Hard to move off the ball. Soaks up double teams. Shrine Bowl standout.
Who? I'm sorry. Who were you saying there?
Christian Boyd.
All right. Okay. Well, he's a defensive. Is what is
Christian Boyd's a defensive tackle.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
We just got Gabe Hall. We drafted Kinlaw.
Okay,
we signed Kinlaw.
There's always Andrew Phillips if you want a cornerback.
Well, let's look. What wide receiver did you want to put that Georgia guy up there?
Marcus
Smith.
MRJ. Aeneas Smith. He's hurt again. He broke his leg again. Stress fracture. Yeah, he's done.
All right, I put him up there. All right, the poll is up. We got 2 running backs, a wide receiver, interior offensive lineman sitting here in the 5th round. Again, we signed Simpson. I saw a question in here. Why was Simpson waived in December? He was waived in December last year, the year before.
He was with the Raiders. He started his career with Raiders.
Right. Who knows why? I don't know why he was waived. Why was he waived back then?
I couldn't tell you. Don't know. I got nothing on that.
Looking at this article real quick, says it was a big surprise. Surprise move from the Raiders. Yeah. Well, they were kind of that was the Josh McDaniels make no sense era. He did it in Denver. He did it in Oakland or Las Vegas.
He's also probably wasn't a scheme fit for what McDaniel wanted to do there. Again, it's more of a power. He's more of a power gap, nose to nose, just going to drive you off the ball kind of blocker in Simpson. And that's not what McDaniels really wanted out there. So where are we at with the poll? Let's see.
Oh shit, I forgot to put the timer on. I'll go. I'll give the poll a few more seconds. We got 60 votes. Get your votes in. Currently, it looks like Isaiah Davis is running away with it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to end it.
Yeah, we'll move on with Isaiah Davis.
Davis, we got ourselves a running back, everybody. Kinlaw played 17 games last year, John. So he's fine. Remember, we're looking for guys for the rotation, right? That's what we're doing. We're not. The great news about the Jets in that respect is that, the typical getting a guy to be your quote starter, that's really kind of out the window with the Jets. Doesn't matter who really goes out there on the first play of the game as the starter. It's more about the percentages, and we're looking to have guys that can be a healthy part of our rotation. It's a very unique thing, at least as far as our usual football experience. Remember how much we complained about it in 2021. We're like, it's fucking bullshit. And now we all kind of grew on us, and we love our rotation, don't we?
That's right.
Our defensive line has not been the thing to complain about on this team.
No, I agree. So here we go, Bean. I'm going to give you the names of the guys we're going to look at here.
All right.
Yep. First, we're going to put Nelson Caesar, edge from Houston. Bendy, get at the quarterback.
Wait.
Yeah,
what pick is this?
218.
218. All right. 6th round.
Round 6.
All right.
We're going to put Nelson Caesar. He's an edge rusher. We need to replace an edge rusher in the rotation. He's a rotational piece. We're going to put Jordan Travis, just because I like you. I don't really want Jordan Travis, and if you vote for him, guys, you're dead to me. I'm telling you that right now.
No, in the 6th round. Are you kidding me?
Jordan Travis is going to be on the board. Dwight McLaughlin, who's a criminally underrated cornerback, can play inside and outside. I love his man skills. I have him in my top 10 overall out of all the defensive backs out of Arkansas. That's McLaughlin, MCG.
I got it.
All right. And for the last one, let's put another interior guy that has inside-outside flexibility in Brendan Coleman. He's a guy that I also like. He's a guy that Devin Jackson from the Philly Inquirer, who we had on the Jets draft talk show, highlighted as a guy who could be a steal in round 3.
Fantastic. Okay, the poll is up. The timer has started. Jordan Travis currently has 100% of the vote. Oh, not anymore. All right. That was probably one vote. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I mean, if it's me right here in the 6th round, I'm taking my flyer on Jordan Travis right here.
Yeah.
I love it. We still need to get our backup quarterback, which is, look, the Brissett dream looks like it's gone. And remember, this is only the tampering period, so anything can change. Still, it's unlikely, but it can. But it looks like Brissett is going to be off the board. I'm thinking Tannehill's our guy, Dom. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I still think it's yet to be determined. I mean, all signs and all angles point towards Tannehill, but I just don't know what he has left, right? I don't know what he has left, man.
Yeah, he started showing his age. But again, look, optimally, I'd love to see the Jets go ahead and throw one of their fourths at Sam Howell. Again, we already, 4th back with quarterbacks, very unlikely that you're going to hit. Sam Howell was a 5th round pick. We already know can play at the NFL level. I'd say behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 years. Fantastic.
You know who's the guy I want being? I'm going to be honest with you. You know who I want as my backup quarterback? And he's a guy that I don't want to play all that much. But we're talking about cheap. We're talking about reliable. If you need him to come in, you know he can win 2 games out of 4, so on and so forth. Mason Rudolph.
Ooh, love Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, well, he's out of Pittsburgh now. With I would love
love's
Mason
a
Rudolph.
Strong word. Like him. I like him.
Yeah. Listen, he's a guy that's not going to cost you a whole heck of a lot. Doesn't mean that you don't draft a quarterback, whether it's this year or next year, to develop. He's a clipboard holder, but in a pinch, you have to put him in a game. You got some hope that he can get through it.
Yeah. Well, the poll is done. Jordan Travis cleaned the floor with everybody. So we go ahead and we grab a quarterback in the 6th. Not bad. Not bad, everybody. So how many picks we got, Dom? Did we use any of our 7ths in that trade? We didn't. We used next year's.
Yeah. No, we used the 6th and the 7th. This is our last pick here.
Okay. All right, guys.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant coming right up. What do we do? Let's look at the big board, Dom.
Yes, sir. Cody Schrader, Kingsley Egaquin, a Bean favorite.
Yeah, totally.
Xavier Thomas is a good edge. Charles Turner is another center here. Carlton Johnson, interesting little defensive back. He's got some safety and cornerback flexibility. I'm trying to see any of these other names that I'm very familiar with. It's not much here. Trey Knox, if you want another flex tight end type.
What number is this pick?
Who?
What number is this pick?
257.
That's what I thought. Okay, it looked like 255 to me. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we have let's put Egaquin up there.
Okay.
Hold on. Who else we got?
Why don't you go ahead and put did we draft 2 wide receivers? We didn't. Go ahead and put Jalen Coker. He's an interesting cat at a Holy Cross.
Wait, how do you spell? Give me how to spell the Egaquin again. Give me.
It's EGUA Kun.
Wait, EGUA
KUN.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and I'm sorry. Now, who else?
I say my vote would probably be for Jalen Coker here. I think he's got that weird kind of skill set that always translates into the NFL pretty well. I don't ever think he'll be more than like a depth piece receiver, but he's one of those guys that's going to come into a game and have like 5 for 115 and 2 touchdowns.
Matthew Sereno says we haven't looked at a single. We did look at a few linebackers earlier. We even threw one up there.
That's fair.
But right. We were light. We're a little bit light on the linebacker group tonight.
Yeah,
I think rightfully so, Matthew. I'm being honest.
There's
But
any names that I preferably care for.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much here. Reamer's okay. Steel Chambers is okay. John Trey Hunter, I think, is probably the most interesting out of this bunch, but he's more of a. I think he's going to be more of a rush linebacker, more of an outside linebacker here. I gotta be honest with you. I watched a lot of Junior Colson at Michigan. I don't remember seeing Michael Barrett really pop off the film at all. So I'm going to pass on the linebackers here, Bean.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. How many names you got? You got 2?
We got 2. Throw some names in the chat if you like anybody. Barrett from Michigan, Harlan. How about Al Blades Jr. from Rover Bet here?
Cornerback Al Blades Jr.
What do you think?
I didn't watch any Al Blades Jr., so I don't know if he's being. Oh, there he is from Duke. I can't say that I watched him. I got nothing to offer on him.
I'll throw him up there for
throw him up there, man,
for our buddy Rover. All right, cornerback, and let's get one more. What do you think?
We got a punter. We got a punter yet?
We're gonna sign our punter. He's gonna be good.
I'm kidding.
Anybody with Polynesian names?
Anybody with a Polynesian
more Polynesian guys.
Just leave it at 3, and that's it. Just leave it at 3, Bean.
No, let's get one up there. Give me the top player on their board. Who is it?
Tanner McLaughlin.
Oh,
good old Irish feller.
Tanner McLaughlin, tight end. It is. And maybe he pushes Mr. Tenraz score off the team.
Off the practice squad?
Maybe. All right, guys. The Mr. Irrelevant poll is up. Let's take a look at what we got here. Get your votes in. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm all about Agakwin here. I think, stack that O-line and let's call this one a day. I think we did pretty damn good. I can't wait to look at it again and just kind of get get the letter grades going. Yeah, we have to wait till Wednesday to sign Morstead. I mean, he has expressed a strong desire to be back here. I think the Jets would be foolish not to agree with that sentiment. I mean,
I'll tell you this: if Aaron Rodgers does have as much say as everyone thinks he does, I mean, he gave him the most glowing compliment ever, saying that he's an absolute weapon. A weapon.
Which is the reason we drafted Braden Mann to be a weapon.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I mean, it actually did work at times, Yeah. The Cleveland Browns game in particular, Braden Mann's crowning achievement, equally, taken away, neutralized by the fact that we didn't get Trevor Lawrence because of fuckface man. With that tackle, in the Rams game. But hey, he had his moments, but I think Morstead is what we were hoping to get with Mann. And even though he's older and won't be around quite as long, I think we're totally fine there. Now I forgot to hit the timer.
So 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Bang!
Kingsley Igakwin, Mr. Irrelevant. And you know what the good news with this is that he's actually going to be a contributor at some point.
He's a center too.
Firmly believe that. Even if he remains depth for 4 years, you got that guy that you're developing. Mr. Irrelevant, I think you could do worse for sure. If you can grab Kingsley Igakwin with the last pick in the draft, you're going to be fine. Very well done. Why do we have to wait, Jacob? There's a veteran clause, right, Dom? How would you explain?
You know why we have to wait? Because do you remember in the preseason when we cut him and then re-signed him?
Yeah.
That is the reason why we can't automatically re-sign him. He's got to wait until the new league year to renegotiate.
Right, league year. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, guys, let's go. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at our draft, Dom.
And here we go, guys. We started out after the trade down, the gift that Minnesota gave us, the gift that keeps on giving. We got Olu Fashanu, left tackle from Penn State. We followed that up in the second round with do-it-all wide receiver Ricky Pearsall out of Florida. Followed that at 72, probably the best bang for your buck here at 72 that you can hope for, and Christian Haynes, an
Hell
absolute
yeah.
mauler right guard from UConn. Followed up with Gabe Hall, the interior defensive lineman from Baylor, who some people in the chat don't like, but I'm going to guess that you don't know. You haven't watched him a lot because he's a really good player. Cole Bishop, great value here as well. A guy I think is going to fit in our defensive scheme perfectly. Followed up with Isaiah Davis, a running back who's a big 220-pound bruiser who has an affinity, a passion for pass blocking. Then we finally,
I love that.
Then we took Jordan Travis.
That's the kind of guy you want to bring on. He's
That's
like, you know what I really love? I'll show you, of course. Give me the ball. I'll run. I'll do all that.
Yeah.
You know what I really love? I love knocking the shit out of linebackers. That's what I.
Yeah.
That's the guy you want.
Yes, absolutely. And he said that in the interview. I'm wholeheartedly. He said, listen, he's like, that's something I take very seriously. He said, coming from South Dakota, I knew I was going to have to show them what I could do in certain situations, one of them being pass protection. I love to be in pass protection. And then we took Jordan Travis, who cares? And we followed it up with Mr. Irrelevant, the center from Florida, Kingsley Agakwan.
All right, this is good.
This is a good
All
draft.
right, guys, let's get our letter grades in. This is what we want to see. I'll start with Dom's here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, I saw one. I didn't want to miss it. If you put your letter grade in there and I miss it, go ahead and throw it in there. Dom, give me your letter grade, and then I'll start with Hennessy.
Well, I'm going to say here, okay, we have 8 picks. If we had 7 of these 8 picks, I'd be ecstatic. I mean that wholeheartedly. I like every pick here. Jordan Travis isn't my guy. I'm not trying to be funny. Just not my guy. But considering he'd be a third quarterback as you kind of develop and see if he can fix it, I'm going to give this, to me, guys, this really is probably in the A range, A-. I'd probably say A- to B+. I'd be completely ecstatic with this draft class.
A- to B+ from Dom C. Hennessy comes in with a B+.
Wait, breaking news.
What?
The Jets have agreed to terms with Tyrod Taylor to back up Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Not the guy I wanted, but I am not unhappy with Tyrod Taylor at the backup quarterback position. How do you feel, Dom?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I was saying Mason Rudolph. I think Tyrod Taylor fits in that same exact mold. He's a guy that, if pushed in a pinch, and he had to play in a 3-game stretch, could he win 2 of them? Yes.
Yep.
He could.
And I think when you look at a guy, like if you added Tyrod Taylor to our team last year, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, the ability to move, I think we're a 9-win team. No doubt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No doubt. So I think that's good. Don Meach comes in with an A+ for the draft. It's exciting news, and we can get our opinions in here. Let me put a poll up there real quick for the Tyrod Taylor move. All right.
I will say this, guys. I think in terms of this mock, I think this is the best one that we've done yet. Good. I'll get the poll. I mean, I'll get the comments, Bean.
Go ahead.
Crossfire with an A-. That's probably right where I fall, A-, B+ area. RJ the third with a straight B. How do you say this? Is it Python Bite with an A-? John Sauer, an A. Great draft. I like that, John.
Yeah, John.
I agree. Sluggo with a B-. Jacob McIntosh with a B+. Mo Dean with a B.
Mo Dean with a B.
Yeah,
look at this guy.
That's a good grade for Mo.
It is.
Yeah. Extinguish the Guilt with an A.
Nice.
Mess with a B-. That's the average grade for Mess.
Yeah, what's up, Mess?
Matthew Serrano with an A-. Andrew, I'm going to hack this one up. I apologize, buddy. Is it Gronka? I'm going to say the Z is silent, and that's a B+.
Oh, I like to say the Z. Grazanka it is.
Evan Wallman. Hey, nice to see you, Evan. B+ because of Fashanu and Haynes. Yeah, I don't disagree there. Shawnee Rock 57 with a B+. And Hank G's in the house with an A-.
There he is.
Rover Bet with a B-. And Mark from Asbury Park, our favorite pizza man,
That's right.
with a flat B. The
Go see
Jolly-
Mark at Victor's in Bradley Beach or Asbury Park, you can call it. Why not? Victor's Pizza, thin crust pizza, some of the best on the Jersey Shore, honest to goodness. And say hello to Mark from Asbury Park when you
And Mark,
get
I'm going to be in the area for work later on this week, so if I'm definitely going to be in Asbury. So if I find my way to Victor's, I'm gonna come in.
Well,
and say hello.
hey, Mark, text me if it's okay to give Dom your number. Give me a text, buddy, and tell me if it's okay to throw Dom your digits. It's okay if it's not. But just if you're cool, I don't give out numbers without permission. So let me know. And then Dom can come down there and take some pictures and eat some fucking fantastic pizza pie.
Yeah,
I love
and we
it.
got the Jolly Green Jet 985 with a B-.
All right.
Scar Cities A-. I almost said Sax Titties, so that would have been kind of cool too. Aiden Valasalo with a B+. BB RB Gamer, I think we did a real good job. Let's go with a B+. I agree.
Nice,
Ryan
nice.
Jet with a B+. John Thomas A-. 19 NY Jet 69 with a B. Mitt Flair with a flat A. I love it. Oh, Sluggo, it says, I love a guy who likes to hit. I'm assuming he's talking about John Simpson.
No, he's talking about Isaiah Davis.
Oh. The Freedom House, 1984, A+ for getting a second and a top 2 tackle. I love it. I love it. And let's look like all the grades. Being now, why don't you drop in your grade? Oh, wait. Here's one. Max Serafini with an A-. And why don't you tell us, why don't you finish it up here?
I'm going to give it a solid A, everybody. I think this is a very, very solid draft. Maybe not my perfect guys as we got through. I didn't love going all defense in the fourth, but I do like the players. But the top 3, the first 3 rounds, I love our trade back, moving back 1 spot, still landing Fashanu, gaining Ricky Pearsall via that trade. Slam dunk, following that up with Christian Haynes. Great. I love Gabe Hall. I would have liked to stay offense, but Cole Bishop's addressing safety, and Cole Bishop is fantastic. Can you roll down? I forget who we got after Cole Bishop. Oh, we got Isaiah Davis, right?
Yeah, Isaiah Davis, Jordan Travis,
fantastic.
and Kingsley Gonquin.
Yep, Jordan Travis in the 6th. Sheesh. And they did. I might give this an A+, Dom. I might give it an A+. A+.
A+.
From Green
I love
Bean.
it. I love it. There's some more grades we got in. Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
real quick, let me throw up Mitt
ahead.
Flair checking in. Shout out to JD for waiting until the Monday Night Mock to start making moves. Think about that. We did dog balls all day long. We start the 10 o'clock mock. We got Simpson, we got Kinlaw, we got Taylor, all in this last hour and 46 minutes, everybody. JD decided to wake up around 10 p.m. and say, you know what? Let's get to work. Let's get some shit done. I saw a great comment. It said, great Joe Douglas waited till he got nervous when we started the mock that I was going to take his job. So yeah, that's right, man. I like that. Here, yeah. Wait, GreenBean and Dom started the mock. JD got scared, and GreenBean was going to steal his job, making moves. I love it. RB Gamer, great comment. That's hilarious, dude. Look, Chrome doesn't like Simpson. I don't love the Simpson. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I wouldn't say it's a D+. I'd say it's a C.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I honestly know much about him outside of the fact that he's, played a lot. He's available. He's a road grader. That's all I know about him. So I hold no opinion yet. But here's the reality of it. Is Simpson's kind of like a low rung starter? That's exactly what you were going to get. And whether we like it or not, that's where Joe Douglas is going to try to find the value from. Now,
Yeah.
I still think that there's more moves to be made. I'm telling you the name. There's a couple names to remember. I mean, Tyron Smith is one being.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't know if we're out of the wide receiver market yet. The guys like Tyler Boyd, Curtis Samuel, maybe just maybe they still go. They poke and prod around Calvin Ridley. The safety market is still relatively untouched, except for the top couple guys are gone. I think there's some moves yet to be made.
All right, I'm going to send you Mark's number when we're done here.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, cool. Mark's a good dude, man. Yeah, I got to meet him and hang out down there at Victor's with him. Great day. So JD is watching. You know he is, man. So who else? Did we miss any grades? Did you get Joe the Jets, the GA?
I skipped a couple here, I think. Let me see.
Go ahead. Get those in. We want to make sure your letter grades get seen.
Serafini we got. And then we have Zach Hunko with an A-.
Yeah. Now, Dom, you got to take a screenshot of this one for me so I could throw it up again.
Yeah. The problem is I can't fit it all on one. I'll take two. How's that?
Yeah, that's okay. Wait, Blitz Crew says can't stop streaming until all our free agent. I know clearly there's something going on here, everybody.
Yeah.
We got 1,010 in here tonight.
Nate.
So hello, everybody.
Nate.
Good to see everybody here. We're having a good time. The 10 o'clock mock is the good luck charm for our free. At least we got something to talk about. Think about this, man. We had signings right in the middle of polls that we had to change. That's what's going on here. What an exciting night, Dom. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, this worked out well. I think the draft went well. We had no expectations, kind of let everything play, had some fun with it, and we ended up with our best mock yet, in my opinion.
Money Mitch says you missed him.
I'm getting there. Money Mitch, there he is.
Okay. All right.
There he is. And James Fuller with a C. That's the worst grade we had yet. Don't listen to James Fuller. I'm kidding. RB Gamer again, B+. Mitch says B a couple times. I think
let's get to this super chat here.
Hennessy Heisman in with a B+. Go ahead, I remember.
B+, right on. James Alba checking in. Thank you, James. He says 2 low-tier starters surrounded by AVT, Tippmann, and Olu or Fuaga is a top 16 O-line if they play together consistently. Now, look, would we love to get significantly better than that? Hell yeah. At the same time, 16 O-line would be the best O-line the Jets have fielded since 2015. So I'm not going to complain about that, right? Well, since I think Mangold stayed around 2007 or 16, he was still here. But yeah, I mean, since that era, I mean, we've had dog turds since then. You know, the whole Mike McCagnon. I mean, dude, I think he drafted 3 offensive linemen in 5 drafts, none higher than a 3rd-round pick. Imagine that. A position that requires 5 starters, he used 3 draft picks on in 5 years. If that's not mismanagement, that's the thing. It's like while Joe Douglas's guys haven't worked out for injury, and it's crazy, and Laken Tomlinson being a flop, the truth is that, you know, he's the first GM that we've had that's really put a focus on it. It's crazy that it didn't work out. 2 first-round picks, 3rd-round picks, 4th-round picks, 5th-round picks, and it's like, and for whatever reason, blood clots, paralyzation. It's like, it's crazy what we've dealt with. But you got to give it to Joe Douglas that he continues to take that swing. We've had numerous drafts with 2 offensive linemen, just a lineman taken just last year, taking Tippmann and Carter Warren. So, I mean, at least the guy is hitting it. And if AVT can stay healthy and Tippmann stays healthy, you know, we got 2 really, really high quality starters there. So again, disappointing to say the least that we're still talking about this friggin' O-line, but you can't say he hasn't tried. And I think we definitely got some bad luck, you know? Yeah. Knobcraft is checking in saying Tyrod is literally better than everyone who played quarterback last year. That's without question.
Yeah.
Without question. Just that right there. Again, we're a 9-win team with Tyrod Taylor. Granted, he doesn't stay healthy all that much. No, I don't think he could stay healthy as a 17-game starter. But that's not what we got him for. So anyway, what do we think here, guys? How are we feeling about the I put a poll in there. I've said Tyrod Taylor, yeehaw or bummer. Let's see if the fans are excited. 83% are yeehaw on Tyrod Taylor.
How about that, man?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did a good job. I'm not unhappy with Tyrod Taylor as the number 2 quarterback, everybody. Not a huge fan, but not unhappy.
I still think that we're destined to get David Bakhtiari
Yeah, me too.
in green again. I don't know how I feel about it, but if you backed up Tyron Smith with, like, I know he's not coming, but a George Fant type player, I'd be fine with it. You know, you hope that Tyrod's the Pro Bowl player he was, and when he's out, you can put in somebody that's serviceable.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think Bakhtiari, guys, brace yourself. I don't think we're gonna get Smith. I'd love it, but he's another injury guy, but still.
Yeah.
I think Bakhtiari, just brace yourselves, guys. And then we'll use our 10th overall pick. Maybe we slide back a little bit. You know, I'd love to see that and gain our 2nd and then land a Latham or somebody like that. But I think brace yourselves for Bakhtiari, everybody.
Yeah. And here's a good, for those who don't know a lot about John Simpson, from somebody I respect here. The immediate reaction. He was bad in Vegas. He was benched a couple times, but resurrected his career as part of a great O-line in Baltimore last year. Overall, best shot is to be an average starter. So that's exactly what you're going to get for 2 years and cheap money. So that's where Joe Douglas is going to shop. We don't have to like it, but that was always going to be the plan, unfortunately. You hope for the best, right? He does got a little nasty in him, which is what I like, man.
Yeah. Now, RB Gamer's asking about Aaron Jones. I think I would say Dylan is more likely, and I think it's a smarter move, quite frankly. You don't want to do what we did last year. We're bringing in a Dalvin Cook and then feeling like you're obligated to give him carries that are Breece Halls. You know what I mean? Like, remember the first chunk of the season, Michael Carter was our standard 3rd down back. He was in there every 3rd down. Mm-hmm. We had Dalvin Cook split and carry. Like, Breece Hall would come in, pop off a 30-yarder, and then Dalvin Cook's in there fucking running into people's asses. And we felt obligated. You could see it. It was a force feed. I don't want to do that this year. Breece Hall needs to be our unquestioned number 1 running back, our bell cow. Everything else is in a supportive role. You know, we don't want to have this committee thing going on. Dylan comes in, and he's a fantastic support. You can even have 2 running back sets. You could use him. He's a fantastic pass catching running back. You can use him all over the place. But to spell Breece Hall, that's what you're looking for. And I think you bring in Aaron Jones. I don't know. I feel like there might be more questions. Would you agree with that, Dom? Did you hear me?
Listen, yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, Aaron Jones is 29 years old. Could he be an option? I guess, but is he going to be priced out? I think Aaron Jones still has the opportunity to land somewhere where he's going to get a starting role. There's teams that need running backs. Minnesota comes to mind right away. There's teams where Arizona comes to mind, where he could probably fit in and get the majority of the carries. So I don't know, man. I'm not necessarily completely out on Aaron Jones. I don't think it's a bad idea, but it's not somebody that I'm pining to sign, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I like the idea of adding AJ Dillon, though. I do. I think we need to bring in a running back, in my opinion. And I think, I mean, look, we have 2, really. That's what we have right now.
Well, while we were in the stream, Bean, you know who got cut?
Who?
Joe Mixon.
Did he?
Joe Mixon was released. Yeah, they signed Zach Moss 2 years, $8 million, and they released Joe Mixon.
Very interesting. Very interesting, everybody. How do you feel about that one? Yeah. What kind of contract is he gonna I don't know, man.
That's an interesting one. I just saw
It
that.
is interesting. Yeah, that's it. The Bengals releasing Joe Mixon, signing
Oh,
running back
Brian
sophomore.
Burns in the trade with the Giants. His full contract details: 5 years, $141 million, $88 million guaranteed. Base salary of $18 million in 24, base salary of 22.5 in 25, and his 22.5 in 26 is only guaranteed for injury. So it's 23.5, 27.75. That's his cap hits. 28.75, 30.5, 30.5. Those are his cap hits for 5 years. That's a lot of money, man.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now I see Maz saying he's disappointed we didn't get Runyon. I know he was a name that we were talking about. He got 3 years, 30 million with 17 million guaranteed. That's what it looks like here. Yep, 3 year, right. It would have been a good move. I would have been happier for sure.
Then John
No
Simpson.
question.
Yeah, they're different. They're different though. Runyon is more of a pass protector for sure. Simpson's more of a road grader. You know, and if they again, I think if you bring in Simpson, you know, and if you bring in one of these right tackles that we're all talking about and have that special road grader ability, I think it kind of shows which way the offense is going to lean. They're going to lean heavy on Breece Hall,
as we should. As we should. All right, hold on. I'm sharing Mark from Asbury Park's contact with you, Mr. Dom.
Mm-hmm.
There it comes. All right, well, guys, it's midnight. I got over 1,000 of you hanging out. I'd love to hang out all night, but I got to get up at 5 a.m. So,
yeah.
I got to take my the second half of my recovery speedball, Dom C. My melatonin, everybody. Melatonin time. I did a nice big stiff coffee. It's funny when Dom and I got on right before the stream. Dom's like, "Oh man, I ended up falling asleep. I almost missed. I fell asleep reading to the kids, and then I'm like, well, dude, fucking welcome. I always sleep before the stream, and we were all like, blah blah blah. And I drank this massive coffee. You know what this is? This is a jar of what the hell is it called? Bustelo.
Oh,
we make jars of Bustelo into drinking mugs around here. And I just fill it with coffee, dude. And it's like super crazy strong. Halfway through, I literally go like, ooh, okay, hello. Well, I like literally feel it. So it's a heavy duty thing. Now I got to undo that. So I'm recovery speedball, caffeine and melatonin. Best I can do, Dom.
So Will Parkinson, if you guys know Will,
Of course.
Great supporter, great analyst for the Jets. Says John Simpson, solid move with decent value, especially for the price. He's going to discuss on his pod tomorrow. So tune in to Will. And what is that? Is it Play Like a Jet? What's his Your Jets?
He's Turn on the Jets.
Turn on the Jets.
Yeah.
Turn on the Jets. So if you want to listen to
Money Mitch asking about the Russell Wilson. Dude, Russell Wilson signs for $1.2 million. Dude, the Steelers, I mean, that's just a win-win move. Now, if he plays well, but he's going to be an upgrade, no doubt, in my opinion. But dude, he's making $35 million this year. So you don't need, I'll take $1 million. He gets to benefit the team that he goes to and still make quarterback money.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
mean, dude, that's Steelers stepped in shit today, everybody.
Yes, sir.
What else we got? All right. Well, hey, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, a no-brainer, Money Mitch. I could not agree more. Jets are looking at Boyd from Cincinnati, as they should. He's my wide receiver 1 in this free agent class. Now, of course, Michael Evans and Pittman and those guys were. And if we can figure out a trade for T. Higgins, ain't going to happen, everybody. I'm just telling you, if it does, I'll be delighted. I think it's fool's gold. I think it's not fool's gold. I think it's a pipe dream. Tyler Boyd is the perfect wide receiver 2 for this team. Perfect. He's a professional wide receiver 2. He played behind A.J. Dillon and got 800 yards, 1,000 yards. Then he played behind T. Higgins and got 700 yards. Then he played behind Higgins and Chase and he gets 700 yards. Dude, he's the perfect guy. to complement Garrett Wilson and slide into this. He's a slot. He plays heavy slot. He can play outside. He's perfect. If we nail him, I'm going to be delighted. We got Kinlaw. He was the only real defensive tackle I wanted to entertain because I'm a big believer in getting your defensive tackles late in the draft. I think we should re-sign Solly, re-sign Quentin Jefferson. Those guys aren't going to be overly expensive. I think that's a great move to address the defensive line. Adding Kinlaw is a slam dunk, in my opinion. Gets back reunited with Salah. I think he'll be fine and do what we need him to do for us. And adding Tyrod Taylor's a solid backup quarterback move. Simpson, maybe not the guy we wanted, but we're addressing the interior offensive line. He played 17 games last year. He's an upgrade over Tomlinson, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Although maybe unspectacular, it's still addressing it. And we have tomorrow night, because Joe D is going to sleep all damn day because look how late he's up. So anyway, Tyler Boyd would be a slam dunk and would make everything okay for me. We need to add a tackle. It's going to be Bakhtiari. I would still love to see it be Smith. I wouldn't hold my breath, everybody. I think it's going to be Bakhtiari. I think it's just destiny, the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him and Aaron Rodgers sleep together 3 nights a week, I heard. So on the same sheets, same covers. So they're in love and they're going to reunite right here on our terrible turf. That's what's going to happen. Fucking bullshit. But hey, and we'll draft. But hey, Dom, great draft tonight.
Yes.
Solid A. I'm giving it an A+. Dom gave it an A- B+. And you guys seem to like it. We'll post it on YouTube.
I emailed it to you already.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, with that all said, all 961 of you, if you haven't hit the like button, please do on YouTube. On Twitter, do the same. If you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, please do. If you're not following me on Twitter, for God's sakes, come on, everybody.
What are you doing?
What are we doing out here? Don't forget to support Dom C, DC_NY Jets on Twitter, and Project Prospect with Dom C on YouTube. Guys, one last thing. The draft party. The link's in the description. I forgot to mention it earlier. Dom, or I don't know. Are you coming, Dom? I don't think you can come.
I am not going to be
Dom
there.
won't be there. Jeremy's flying in to hang out with Ryan, Matt O'Leary, myself, and a host of others. 3 hours open bar. 3 hours of just an amazing Talking Jets buffet, event-specific garb that we're giving away, tickets to Coaches Club tickets, Tailgate Joe, tailgate packages, and crowd reaction cams. Come and hang out with us while we live stream for round 1 of the draft in Farmingdale, Long Island. Tickets are on sale at the link in the description, or just go to talkingjets.com. Guys, with that all said, have a fantastic night. Enjoy day 2 of free agency tomorrow. We'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool
Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland's traded the 5th picks to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner.
Dino Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets